If you want to detail your car, there are a ton of products you can purchase. Now, some are very helpful, they're an absolute must-have, and then there are others that, do you really need them? So in today's video, I'm going to give you my take on 3 overrated or not really needed products, and then offer you an alternative that you can use to still get the job done. And before the video gets started, I just want to say, like, I'm not trying to hate or discredit a product or a brand or anything like that. It's more so of just highlighting, like, here's what you can purchase, but here are the other alternatives to offer the same solution that might save you time or money. So no hate, no need to start being a keyboard warrior, is just my opinion. Number 1 is a dedicated clay lube. Now, this is like if you go to the auto parts store and you buy that like mother's kits that comes with a clay lube, a clay bar, and a towel. And the reason why I say this one is overrated is not that the product itself is bad, right? Just because it does offer lubrication, but more so of the amount of product you actually need to do a full vehicle is often way more than what that product actually gives you, right? So if it gives you like a 32-ounce bottle, depending on how severe or the condition of your paintwork, you're not doing a full clay process on a vehicle with just a 32-ounce bottle, assuming you actually have to like lubricate the entire surface because there's actually a lot of contaminants on the paintwork. So an alternative solution would be to purchase a concentrate form of a clay lube. This is often going to be a rinseless wash solution, and you dilute it down to a clay lubricant. This will let you get a lot more product and a lot more solution at a cheaper price per bottle than just buying a 32-ounce bottle that you can't dilute. And there's so many options out there. Like, you can use Optimum No Rinse, Rinseless from DIY Detail, from Wolfgang, from like, there's so many products. Don't overthink it, but all of the rinseless wash solutions can be diluted down to a clay lubricant, and you can do so much more with that product, because you can't only just clay lube now, but you can use it as a quick detailer, you can use it as a waterless wash, you can use it as the primary rinseless wash to wipe down door jambs, to clean glass. So I think for most people, like if you're just an enthusiast wanting to clay your vehicle, the easiest option is to just buy a clay lubricant from the store that's a 32-ounce bottle. But just for most people, like even if you're a DIY detailer in your garage, you'll get more use out of a concentrated form that you diluted down as a clay lubricant. Number 2, it's gonna be an iron decon. This is when you spray the paints, you let it dwell, and when it comes in contact with the iron fallout, it turns purple. Everyone loves the way it looks. Now, the actual application of an iron decon is great. It serves a purpose. Where I'm saying it's overhyped or not needed is more so of buying a dedicated wheel iron decon and then purchasing a dedicated paint iron decon. Because if you look at the back of the label of either of those products, it usually says, if it's a paint dedicated iron decon, it says also safe for wheels. Or if it's a wheel dedicated iron decon, it also says safe for painted surfaces. So just as a cost benefit to yourself, to not have to not buy 2 different gallons of the same product, just buy one and use it where it's needed. Now, for us, specifically on the wheels, we never use the iron decon to clean the wheels. We're always going to use either acid if it's really that bad, or an all-purpose cleaner diluted 4-to-1 or 1-to-1. Now, the way we do it is once we wash the vehicle and we're going to do the iron decon process for the paint, we'll also spray down the wheel at that point because the wheel is clean. So we're gonna spray the painted surfaces, right? Let it dwell, and at the same time, the wheel has the iron decon and it's gonna dwell. No agitation required because the wheel's already clean. And then we're gonna rinse everything down, and that's our iron decon process. Like I legitimately cannot remember of the last 400 details we've done, none of them have had a dedicated iron decon wheel cleaning, because we simply don't do that. So it's an easy way to save money, and also just some iron decons aren't, like, they're pretty expensive. Like the Adams Polisher's iron decon, it's $40, and that's like one of the more affordable ones, because there's other ones that are like $50, $60, $70, and some of these are like a lot more expensive for not even a gallon size solution or a gallon size. So it's also very cost savings for you as well. So Instead of having 2 iron decons, just use one, whether it's a paint dedicated or a wheel one, and just use it on both surfaces. Number 3 is gonna be a strip wash. Meaning if you have some form of protection on the vehicle or you're prepping the vehicle for a correction and coating, and you wanna make sure you remove any previous polishes or oils that are on the vehicle, a strip wash, although the intent behind it is great, if that's like your primary way to strip the oils and polishes, I don't think it's that effective. Now, if that's just one little step in the entire process of the things you do to prep the paint, I think that's fine. But if you're solely looking at a strip wash to that's where it's gonna strip all the polishes and oil, I don't think that's the best option, because you can also just use an all-purpose cleaner diluted 4-to-1 or 1-to-1 or straight and pre-spray the vehicle, and that breaks down the polishes. Or once you actually are ready to, maybe you're gonna go straight into a wax or a sealant, you can also just panel prep the surfaces with IPA, and that knocks down the protection, right? Or if you are going to do a correction and coating, well, you're gonna correct it, polish it, and you still have to do a panel prep to make sure you remove any of the polishing residue that you may have left over. So as a single standalone product, as like this should remove the polishes, again, you can pre-spray with all-purpose cleaner, you're still gonna have to do a panel prep. So you also wanna make sure you're adding extra steps to make sure that the panel, the paint is exactly bare bones. That way, whenever you're actually applying the coating or even a sealant, like it's just, it's actually adhering to the paintwork without anything getting in the way. But that's gonna wrap up the video right there. Again, I'm not trying to hate or discredit a brand or process or product, but more so of kind of pointing out like, hey, this one thing you're trying to do, there's like an alternative to how to accomplish that thing you want to do. So let me know in the comment section down below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Why not? I'm very interested to hear what you have to say. Thank you very much, and I'll talk to you on the next one.